FromSoftware just threw us a curveball that nobody saw coming. After dominating the gaming landscape with Elden Ring's sprawling open-world adventure, they've pivoted hard into multiplayer territory with Nightreign. This isn't your typical Souls experience. It's something entirely different, yet frustratingly familiar at the same time. I've poured over 70 hours into this bizarre experiment, and honestly, I'm still not sure how I feel about it. One moment, I'm screaming with joy as my team finally takes down a colossal Night Lord. The next, I'm cursing at my screen because another 45-minute run just went up in smoke. Welcome to Nightreign, a game that's simultaneously brilliant and broken. Let's get one thing straight. When Nightreign clicks, it absolutely soars. Picture this: you and two friends drop into Limveld, a twisted version of Limgrave that feels both familiar and alien. The clock's ticking. The Nightreign is coming. And you've got exactly 3 in-game days to gear up for an apocalyptic showdown with one of 8 Night Lords. The tension is palpable from the second you land. Every decision matters. Do we tackle that church for health boosts? Can we squeeze in one more boss fight before the poison rain cuts us off? Should I save my ultimate art for the fallen teammate or unleash it on this dragon? This constant pressure creates some of the most exhilarating gaming moments I've experienced in years. When your trio hits that perfect rhythm, one player tanking, another dealing massive bleed damage, the third reviving fallen comrades. It's pure magic. Taking down Caligo, that massive dragon, with perfect coordination? Chef's kiss. Those victory cinematics genuinely made me emotional. The character system deserves major props too. Each of the 8 Nightfarers feels distinct and purposeful. I gravitated toward Executor, basically a katana-wielding beast, and Wilder, dual greatsword mayhem, but Iron Eyes' bow, mastery, and Guardian's tank capabilities offer completely different experiences. You're locked into your chosen playstyle, which initially felt restrictive, but ultimately adds strategic depth to team composition. Don't worry, this is still unmistakably a FromSoftware game. The combat maintains that signature weight and precision we've come to love. Timing your dodges, managing stamina, learning boss patterns. All the fundamentals remain intact. But everything happens at breakneck speed now. The ultimate arts system adds a delicious arcade-style flair. Watching Executor transform into a monstrous beast mid-fight never gets old. These special abilities charge based on your performance, creating this risk-reward dynamic where aggressive play gets rewarded with spectacular payoffs. Power stancing returns from Dark Souls 2, and it's as satisfying as ever. Dual-wielding katanas for that sweet bleed build-up, or crushing enemies with paired greatswords. The variety keeps combat fresh across dozens of runs. But here's where things get messy, and not in a good way. Solo play is borderline masochistic. The game screams designed for 3 players from every pixel, yet somehow expects you to tackle these challenges alone. Enemies don't scale down. Boss patterns remain unchanged. One mistake and you're toast, with no one to revive you. I tried. God knows I tried, but after countless failed solo attempts, I couldn't help but feel like I was playing a different game entirely. It's not just difficult. It's unfair in ways that contradict everything FromSoftware has taught us about challenging but fair design. The pacing issues run deeper than just solo struggles, though. Each run demands 40–50 minutes of your life, and failure means starting completely over. Remember how Elden Ring fixed the run back to the boss problem? Nightreign takes that progress and throws it out the window. Dying to a Night Lord's surprise attack after 45 minutes of preparation feels genuinely disrespectful of your time. The bugs don't help either. Nothing breaks immersion quite like a dragon flying through a wall mid-fight, becoming completely untargetable. In a game where every second counts, these glitches feel particularly painful. Map navigation becomes tedious despite the spirit streams, jump pads, and spectral hawks. The world often feels too large for its own good. You're constantly questioning whether exploration is worth the time investment, which fundamentally changes how you interact with the environment. The procedural generation, while adding variety, sometimes creates impossible scenarios. I've had runs where the Nightreign cut off access to essential items like health flasks. These aren't skill checks, they're lottery tickets that determine success before you even start fighting. After conquering all 8 Night Lords multiple times, the content starts feeling thin. Sure, there are different outfits and some narrative breadcrumbs through the Remembrances system, but the rewards don't justify the time investment. The relic upgrade system initially excited me. Passive buffs that carry between runs seemed perfect for progression, but after dozens of hours, I kept getting repeats of useless upgrades. The meaningful progression stalls hard once you find your preferred setup. Nightreign's $40 price point, compared to base Elden Ring's $60, acknowledges these limitations, but it doesn't make them disappear. FromSoftware promises DLC, but that's cold comfort when the base experience feels incomplete. This brings us to Nightreign's biggest existential problem. It lives or dies by its community. Finding 3-person groups can be frustrating, especially without crossplay support. No duo mode means you're either flying solo, good luck, or waiting for that perfect trio. When you do find the right group, magic happens. But those moments feel increasingly rare as the honeymoon period wears off. Elden Ring. Nightreign is FromSoftware's most ambitious risk in years, and both the ambition and the risk show. When it works, it's absolutely spectacular. Those moments of perfect cooperation, the rush of barely surviving a Night Lord encounter, the satisfaction of mastering a new Nightfarer, they're genuinely special. The core combat remains excellent, and the character variety adds meaningful strategic depth. But the pacing problems, solo play issues, and technical rough edges create significant barriers to entry. This feels like a game made exclusively for Elden Ring's hardcore community, with little consideration for broader appeal. I can't wholeheartedly recommend Nightreign to everyone. If you've got 2 dedicated friends and love FromSoftware's particular brand of punishment, dive in. The 40+ hours of content will keep you busy, and those triumphant moments make the frustrations worthwhile. For everyone else, maybe wait for a sale and hope the promised DLC addresses some of these fundamental issues. Nightreign shows flashes of brilliance, but it's hard to shake the feeling that this experiment needed more time in the oven.